wrestling fans, acknowledge me. The biggest match in WrestleMania history. WrestleMania 38, Day 2, review. Ladies and gentlemen, damas y caballeros, WrestleMania fans throughout the multiverse, welcome to Gary Lamm Main Event Mania. Gary Lamm Main Event Maniacs, did we witness the biggest match in WrestleMania history? I don't know about all that, but I enjoyed the damn show. Here we go. You know what? Where'd I put my notes? And speaking of acknowledge, I gotta acknowledge someone. Where's this guy been? I got echo going on. It's going crazy. Turn it down. Got waved at. What's going on here? Baker bro, what's up? Trying to find you. After watching the show, I was hooked. I thought it was a really good show. Really enjoyed it. And speaking of enjoying someone, the man himself. What's going on? I got no sound effect. Here he is, finally. The producer sucks. It's me.
The man.
The man. The bacon bro. Brett Reeves. Brett, we need to acknowledge you, bro. Hey, man, how you been?
Good, man. Doing good.
Hey, how did you like this show, man?
Night 2, it was okay. It was pretty. There's parts of it that are pretty entertaining.
My expectations were kind of low.
Yeah.
For good reason.
Yeah.
So, and I gotta say, no one embarrassed themselves.
Well, McMahon.
I wasn't. I mean, he's an old man.
Yeah, but
he's an old man.
But the Raw in, what was it, 97 or 98, where Austin finally stunned Vince McMahon, and Vince took the worst Stone Cold Stunner I'd ever seen in my life.
Oh, that was worse. Yeah.
This one was
worse.
The one he took on Raw in 97. Oh, man.
I was going to say, Byron Saxton last night and Austin Theory tonight, they took it over the moon.
Oh, yeah.
And then, but Vince McMahon really, really blew it.
Yeah.
And Stone Cold was laughing.
Yeah.
It was hilarious. It was nice. Good.
He got confused or something. I don't know what he was thinking. He got after the gut. See, you get the gut kick that bends you over, then the stunner, and then you fall to one knee and you jump back. That's how you take the stunner. But he took the gut kick and went to one knee. I think he just got confused. And then it just led to just all confusion. And then Austin went to put him in the stunner, and he fell backwards. I think he might have tripped. Somebody said he tripped into the ropes. It was just a disaster.
I think he tried to it was disaster. I think he tried to rebound into the ropes, and I think he was looking for another gut kick, but Austin just gave him the damn stunner, which he just took it terrible. He's notorious for taking the worst stunners in the history of Stone Cold Steve Austin. But I got, for as bad as Raw, I can't. Raw is unwatchable. I enjoyed it. As many times as I seen Brock and the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns, this is the most excited I've ever been to watch that match.
Yeah,
it was
definitely the best of the three. This is the third time they've main evented WrestleMania, right? The third.
Well, but there's nothing like the first time because it was an anticipation, and it was Roman kind of coming up, and I gotta say, a lot of people don't like Roman's push.
Clara, right?
Yeah, we were there. I was there.
Oh, cool.
It was an anticipation. I think the way actually, and I was hoping just like that, WrestleMania brought me back into wrestling. At that time, Seth Rollins was coming up too, so that was really cool.
Yeah, that was great.
So that was the best of Seth Rollins, I think. That whole what was it with Stephanie and Triple H? I forgot what they called that faction, where Seth Rollins was just an annoying prick. The Authority, I love that whole thing, but and this is why I mean the reason why Roman Reigns has been pushed. I think Brock Lesnar is the most terrifying guy in sports entertainment, right?
Yeah, I mean, in in sports in general, I mean, name an athlete that could take him in a fight, like just an athlete right now.
The heavyweight champion of USC, the guy that knocks everyone out, the guy who came from Africa and went to France and swam there twice.
Ngannou.
That dude's a freaking he scares the crap out of me. But he seems like a nice guy. That guy can hit, you know.
I wouldn't. Yeah, but it's not a done deal if you were to fight Brock.
No, it's not a done deal. But that's the top of the line, right? Like, you asked me to get one guy, right? I can't think of anyone else, right? But my point is, when Roman Reigns steps in the ring with him, he looks a little scary. Like his legs are a little stiff. Like, but it's not compared to other people. He's not a pushover. No. He literally has a Samoan bloodline. You know, I love the whole. I love now that Paul Heyman just seems to shift the balance of power. Like it makes sense. It's like, damn, yeah, this cut up Samoan dude who happens to be part of the literal Samoan dynasty can hang with this mountain man cowboy. And bro, I told you look like Brock, bro.
Well, I'm
baby Brock.
Paul Heyman, and I guess you did the same thing. We acknowledged him.
Acknowledge me, and
he's my.
So I was
my tribal chief.
I do. I like it. I love Paul Heyman. You know, but this match at Santa Clara, there was drama because it was the first time, right? But Brock Lesnar is now a better sports entertainer than he ever was.
Yeah.
He can take. There was a time where he couldn't take a loss; it would just kill him, right?
Yeah.
But right now, his character's better. That whole thing where, you know, Heyman takes the mic and announces Roman, and then Brock takes the mic. I mean, he's not a damn fantastic orator, but he's himself, you know. And it's like it added to the drama, and it was believable. So I enjoyed it. We'll start with the main event. We'll go back, and we'll go the other way around.
Sure.
What did you think? What was your favorite match of the night?
It's a tie because most of the night, unfortunately, night 2 felt like afterthought. You know, all the best matches were definitely yesterday. Yesterday was great.
Right.
So tonight and I hate to say it because I like wrestling and I want the real wrestling matches that matter to matter, but there were no wrestling matches that really seemed to matter tonight. Like the only one I can think of was the women's tag match mattered, and Edge versus AJ mattered. But they weren't that enjoyable. I mean, they did fine. They did great, but I was more entertained. I know that's a bad word now because of Jericho.
No. I mean, I was the same word. I was the same word. I
was more entertained by the Jackass match. I thought that was freaking hilarious. You know.
It was entertaining until the damn mousetrap broke. They had to be kicking themselves when the damn mousetrap broke because it was really
that thing working though. Knoxville figured it out, thank God. You know.
But over poor what's his name Sami Zayn is like holding it under when there was nothing holding him, right?
Yeah.
But there was lots of surprises in that match, because there are too many like ultimate death matches and no holds barred, right? Where just the same shit happens all over again. It seems like Knoxville and all his buddies and Sami Zayn planned that match out. Sami Zayn was kicking the shit out of everybody.
Yeah, he was great. He's always great.
Great. He Hallouma kicked the shit out of Johnny Knoxville.
And we
did he? And we And the Wii Slam, baby, that might be the highlight of the night.
That might have been the biggest pop of the night. Was the Wee Man Slam?
Party Boy was there.
Funniest.
The big ass hand slap.
Boy, there was
I mean,
a couple of camera angles on Pontius that I just want to forget, I mean, I've seen that butt before, but I'm like, okay, I mean, that's an old butt now. I'm like, no more.
And that's, for some old men, like I was happy to see the whole crew. That's nostalgia for me.
Yeah, me too.
And I think so what I liked about, and I was like you, I was like, why the hell can't Sasha Banks and Rhea Ripley be in like a number 1 contenders match, right? Like, okay, so I was, okay, my show yesterday, I'm like, okay, why the hell's Logan Paul got to be there? Why does Johnny Knoxville got to be there? This Pat McAfee and Austin Theory, I'm sure they're going to be good, but like, okay, in 2 nights, 3 women's matches, and then the tag team match. It was entertainment, the women's tag match. It was entertaining, but damn, give me a one-on-one.
Yeah, why was both the SmackDown and Raw Women's Championships on the same night? Why wasn't one on one night, one on the other? That just doesn't make sense.
Because they had the night one. It started out good though. I want to go. I talked about night one a lot, but it was Usos versus Rick Boogs and Shinsuke. That was. I hadn't seen Rick Boogs.
Got a legitimate knee injury. That's why they had to change the finish of the match.
Well, because I hadn't, Rick Boogs kind of came up when I stopped watching. I was kind of more into AEW, and I was who is this guy? He was really freaking good. I'm like, damn, this guy he had charisma. He's like a buff Freddie Mercury, right?
Yeah, he started as the ad rep for Old Spice, didn't he? I thought that's how he started, and I didn't realize.
I can't even remember. Yeah,
and I'm like,
but
what's going on here?
I don't. Who knows what the hell? You got to hang in there with WWE because they'll just have you do some weird stuff.
Well, like you said, Raw and SmackDown are unwatchable.
Right.
Pay-per-views tend to be at least watchable, whereas AEW. Right. All the TV shows are great. The pay-per-views are just,
right.
God, But yeah. So just to go back to night 2, Jackass was great, and then what was after the Jackass match? What other match? The Edge.
So you know what?
Go ahead.
I think that Edge and AJ was my favorite. I want to break them down. I'll break down the whole damn show. Starts out
McAfee and Austin Theory. That was a very entertaining match for 2 guys who are just really starting out in their wrestling career. To have a Mania match, that went pretty solid. Except for the McMahon botch, that was a pretty solid Mania match for 2 newcomers.
I think it was a tough spot for them.
Yeah.
I'll go over the whole thing too. I think after I think starting with the Ronda Rousey match, I started getting tired, like from yesterday.
Yeah.
But I want to go over today. Starting off, WrestleMania 38, day 2. Triple H comes out to a thunderous announcement, leaves his boots in the ring. Your thoughts?
Well, the guy got a defibrillator put in his chest, right? I mean,
right. Well, yeah.
Buddy, that's so. I'm glad he got one last kind of tribute. I mean, he deserves it. So, as much as we've hated him, we've loved him.
Yeah.
He was the man for a long time. I mean, like back in the Ruthless Aggression era, when he was Evolution and stuff. It's like Trips was the man. Like he couldn't. I saw a lot. I saw the most of my live matches that I went to were in the early 2000s, and every match, every pay-per-view or Raw I went to, Triple H was on the card, and I never saw a bad match in person from Triple H. It was always a good match. He's one of the best.
Do you know my two, not my 2 favorite, but the 2 moments that really just changed him for me? Remember when he first turned up because he's known as a nice guy. But what turned him into the game, remember when he destroyed Mick Foley's knee with the sledgehammer?
Yeah.
So I think that's what turned it up. And I think one of the most awesome moments I've ever seen in the history of all television, the wedding with Stephanie McMahon, the drive-through wedding.
Yeah.
She's half asleep, right? She's like dead. He's mimicking her. I promise to honor and trust and definitely obey.
And I know it's a different era, so people now might go, "Ooh, that's really bad." But
it was really bad.
I laughed when he said, "And if you're wondering, yes, we did consummate the marriage as well." And I'm like, "Oh, that wouldn't fly today," but that was funny as hell back then.
It was. I mean, that's what it was about. I mean, damn it, I'm not gonna pretend I didn't like it. I did like it. That shit was hella funny. And Stephanie McMahon was a bad.
True. Like he didn't have sex with her while she was asleep. It was just a goofball angle,
Yeah, it was. I mean, I think sleeping with a dead woman, that was pretty effed up. That was talk about that's where the line was crossed.
Katie Vick.
I mean, that's like never. That was all. It was all bad. It was, but it was all bad and all good. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, but so Triple H. It's ridiculous. Okay, so Triple H.
Why did she give birth to a hand?
Mark Henry, bro.
And it was
Mark Henry had a strong.
God, I love wrestling.
Sexual chocolate. Okay, Triple H leaves his boots on the field. Okay, and it was another triple threat tag team match. I really like Team RK Bro. I don't know how him and I don't know how Matt Riddle and Randy Orton get together, but they have some kind of good ass chemistry.
They do.
I enjoyed them, but it seems like two guys. I think they have the bet. Well, it was Alpha Male. I mean, Alpha Academy. I don't know how you get Otis and Chad Gable together. I like Otis. I like Chad Gable. I think they're good wrestlers, and that they're dominant in their own way. And then it was Street Profits with Montez Ford.
Gable. I honestly think Gable has the potential to be the next Angle, but they don't go for it. So.
He just got punked out by Gable Stevens. Maybe he'll be like the Taz to Kurt Angle, like you said. You remember how Taz was a guy?
Well,
but
that's the real.
Gable doesn't have that.
They want Gable Stevenson to be the next Kurt Angle.
That dude. But we'll see. I think he's in a real fight. That dude's gonna beat everyone's ass, right? But does he have the it factor? He kind of did though. He grabbed Chad Gable like a little baby and flipped him over his head, and like he has the ability and the charisma when I don't know how he talks yet. He has in the ring the dude looks good, but he's not all cut up like these other. I don't really like all the cut up stuff. I don't like that. I just like I'm not digging that. I want to you know what I mean?
It's not really about your mic skills. It's, when you're a technical wrestler, it's about your mat skills anyway. You just got
to be
that.
Yeah. But you know Bret Hart was really freaking sincere, and he would say these things that tell me, I'm the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. And you know what's funny? It sounds ridiculous, but it was so sincere, you believed in him.
Oh, yeah. And Bret was,
so,
a long time, Bret was not good on the mic. It took him years, and even Bret says he never thought he got good on the mic, but I thought, about the time he got the Montreal screw job, I thought Bret was pretty solid on the mic.
Oh.
When he was doing the
when he got
when he was talking about in Canada we love each other, we don't disrespect each other. In America you do the when Bret was a bad guy, I thought he was great on the mic, dude. I thought Bret was great.
When he got screwed by the Undertaker in the steel cage, that was a first.
Yeah.
He's the one who called out Vince McMahon being the boss.
Yeah,
that was dope. I mean, but the Bret Hart. So you don't need to be. You just have to be believable. I mean, Ahmed Johnson cut some terrible ass promos, right? But I was scared. He was like, "I want to do it." What the fuck? Oh, damn, Ahmed. Yeah, what you said. Ultimate Warrior was horrible. Like, what the hell? I don't know what the hell he was ever saying, right?
Yeah.
But yet you believed in his drama.
Yeah.
So I mentioned to Gable about I'm not super hyped for him because his we'll see. We'll see. We'll see how it is.
They're not called
But let's get
shorty.
so do you think this match was worthy of the tag? Not the actual. I've been saying this all WrestleMania. The actual card of people look cool. Like the actual talent was like, damn, this is stacked, right?
Yeah.
But there wasn't that a lot of hype, because it as far as talent, yeah, Team RK Bro versus Street Profits. Montez Ford is a hell of an athlete. Otis and Chad Gable and Angelo Dawkins. All those guys, all 6 of those dudes are great. But how the hell they get in this 6-man tag, and why am I supposed to like root for anybody?
I'm not the biggest supporter of 6-man tags. I like
Hell no.
I like a tag match. I like tag team wrestling, but to really appreciate tag team wrestling, 2-on-2, man. Like you get two guys working.
It's 2-on-2
against 2 guys who are working like gelling together. That's what I want to see. And did we get one full-fledged? I guess the one full-fledged tag match we really got was Logan Paul and The Miz versus the Mysterios. Isn't that kind of bad?
Logan Paul was pretty damn good, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
He's a good athlete. But okay, so it's a lot of damn mayhem. And you know what's been annoying to me? I don't want to sound like Jim Cornette. In this, we'll get past this match, but I enjoyed the talent. It was entertaining, right? But it wasn't like a story where like the manager's cheating and they're tagging him the tag rope and the good guys got to make a comeback. What annoys me is the super blockbuster off the top rope by the Street Profits. I'm like, damn, that can't get a win. Like that can't get a win. Okay, and it wasn't even where someone broke. Like, damn, this guy flew way over his head to the super blockbuster on Angelo Dawkins' shoulder. Like that can't get a win. But it was cool. Matt Riddle goes. Does he call himself Riddle or Matt Riddle? He goes to the top rope and he does that super RKO and another RKO by
RK Bro.
what do you call it, by the RK Bro and then the RKO at and so it was nice. It was a nice finish, but I'm like, damn, like there was a couple moves like even the Charlotte Flair match where Ronda Rousey last night just throws her flat on her back outside the ring, and I'm like, damn. I'll compare to like 2 pros like AJ Styles and Edge, where when they hit a big move, they waited like, oh, we're all jacked up, and well, we'll get to that. So it wasn't stupendous, but Gableson goes on to give Chad Gable a nice suplex. We'll see if that goes anywhere. Maybe Chad Gable is going to be the Taz to the Kurt Angle. You remember that storyline where? So we'll see. I think. What was the guy who was Kurt Angle's son? It was the Alpha
Jordan.
Yeah, that guy. Those guys were. I really liked. I'm so sad that Kurt Angle's son got injured.
Had a really bad neck injury, and that was the end of it.
I know, man. He's just. Oh man, I think that kind of derailed Chad too, because they were going to be some. I know they didn't. They took Chad away and put him with where the heck's Bobby Roode?
Oh, who knows? Which is terrible.
I didn't see. I didn't see.
Bobby Roode
I didn't.
is so good. It's so good.
I love watching Bobby Roode. I don't know where the hell Alexa Bliss is at.
There's something going on with her. I don't. Who knows? It's some tiff going on. Did you hear about the Ronda tiff? Ronda ditched out on the Hall of Fame because she was mad that she wasn't main event in night 1 of WrestleMania.
She didn't deserve it. I think she's the one who's called. She didn't deserve it. She had some. Okay, you know what? She had some nice moments. She had cool moves. She definitely has that feel like a Brock Lesnar or that Mike Tyson feel. And she did some cool stuff. She's only had 31 matches. There's a lot of times where she just like looks lost. Like you have to. It doesn't. She doesn't flow like Charlotte Flair or Sasha Banks or Becky Lynch or Bianca Belair. She doesn't have that flow to the match. Like she still had. And when she's at her best,
as she is, everyone knows who Ronda Rousey is. But like, who's more popular? I mean, as far as history is concerned, Ronda Rousey or Stone Cold Steve Austin?
That's Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Everybody knows
Stone
Steve Austin.
Okay, so I want to ask you this question, right?
Yeah.
The freaking okay, and because you brought up Stone Cold, the McIntyre sword is stupid. You know why? It's because I don't feel like he or Happy Corbin or Madcap or any of those guys are really gonna slice someone in half. I don't think so.
Well,
As a
they can't legally, right? So it's like, why
right.
does he have a sword?
Right. But remember, like the Berserker, right? That shit. I thought he might kill the Undertaker, and that's why I'm bringing up Stone Cold. When Stone Cold gets on the ATV, you think he might have an accident because he has that that aura of like something bad's gonna happen, right? Even though he's a good guy, like Brock Lesnar, he does those belly suplexes sometimes. You think he's gonna break someone's neck? He never does. He never does. Remember that time he threw the car door and hit someone?
Oh yeah, yeah.
I just don't. I think Drew McIntyre is a hero. I want him to have my back, but I don't. He's not He's not gonna go cut someone. Like he's a like you know. So I don't think it's good for him. Like he doesn't have that. Like I'm not saying he's a top guy, but just get rid of the stupid sword. He's not gonna. I know damn well he's not gonna cut anybody, and I know the reason why they had him chop the ropes up yesterday was because no one believes he's gonna do that. He's a nice guy. He's a man. He's gonna fight with his fist and the claymore. He's not gonna go chop someone with it. You know what I mean?
It was just so schlocky. You know, it was like a B movie action scene. You're like,
yeah.
He
doesn't need that. McIntyre doesn't need that.
No.
He beat Brock Lesnar last year in Wrestle fucking Mania.
Yeah.
What the fuck? He doesn't need a fucking sword. Excuse me. He doesn't need a sword. He doesn't need a fucking sword. Like Steve Austin can have it because some shit might go wrong, right?
Yeah.
McIntyre's a guy. He's a good guy. He's a badass, but he's not gonna fucking do something stupid. He's like across me. He's not the Berserker. He's not gonna do something weird, you know. He's not gonna do anything weird with the sword. Anyway,
you know, the Berserker was a knock on Bruiser Brody. So.
He said he tributed to Bruiser Brody. He tributed that character.
That was the Office ripping.
He's a lie.
Because Bruiser Brody refused to go work for the WWF, and so they, made this rip on him and made him a dummy, like and like drooling because knock on Bruiser.
But you know what?
Because that's what Bruiser Brody would do. Bruiser Brody would do the hoosh, So.
Bruiser Brody can have a chain. Berserker can have it, but you got to believe that someone's going to use it.
Yeah. Well, I never thought Berserker was going to stab somebody, but when Bruiser Brody went into a crowd with the chain, watch the crowd. No, everyone in that crowd ran because he's going to hit you in the face with that chain.
So there was one time when Berserker put the the sword into the middle of the ring, but because that stuff like that never happened in WWE, so it was kind of like it left an imprint in my head. Just like when Macho Man got bit with Jake the Snake. Yeah. But we'll talk about old stuff forever. This is we're representing today, and I think it was pretty good. I might even think about watching Raw and be disappointed tomorrow.
Yeah.
So speaking of disappointments, Omos and Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley's the pro. I don't know why they put him with Omos. I don't know why. And why? And I was just thinking.
Are they trying to make the next Andre the Giant or the Big Show?
I know.
Trying to do.
If you're doing that, and he didn't look bad. He looked for a big guy. He looked pretty good. Like he's better than some other guys, right?
Great Khali. He's
better than Great Khali, right?
Yep.
But if you're gonna do that, why have him to lose to Lashley? What for? What for? Why have that match? It doesn't make any sense. And I'm not saying either guy looked bad, right?
No, but
it looked like it in itself it wasn't a bad match. It just like for what? So now you did all this to build up Amos, right? Amos, right?
Yeah.
I guess he's been on a winning streak just to lose. Why can't you have him beat up Pat McAfee?
Yeah.
Just have that dude or something why couldn't he beat the shit out of Pat McAfee? Excuse my words. I just like it didn't. I want to see a star. Okay, if Amos wins, he's a star, and that's something I have to look up to. Like, oh gosh, this guy's
Yeah, Lashley.
And Lashley
already established. Lashley doesn't need a win for Omos or whatever his name is.
Yeah, exactly. So
established stars having them lose at WrestleMania. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe I was thinking maybe the reason why I thought that maybe he had the match, because I know Lashley had some injury in the Brock Lesnar match. Maybe Lashley needs some time off and he wants to have a match and lose and make a comeback sometime. That's the only reason why I thought maybe they would have him lose in that way, you know.
But he did
But
one, which means he has to be.
I know, so I don't get the match. Like, I'm not saying Lashley shouldn't win. He deserves to win. He has all the pedigree. He has all the credibility, right? But it's like, why have that match? Like, if you remember how Undertaker would just take on a jabroni and just beat their ass, you know? Just give him a walkthrough match.
Give him like a 3-on-1 handicap match with a bunch of like mid-carders. You know?
Yeah, but you know what? Or have him beat somebody.
Do what they did
Have
Braun Strowman. The way they built Braun Strowman up was throwing jobbers at him every week and built up.
You know, but at Mania, have him beat maybe someone someone who's been past the prime, or like a Mick Foley, or some not someone who doesn't need to win. You know how Triple H beat Sergeant Slaughter, and those kind of matches to get him over, it was a tough match. Just I don't know why the matchup was there. It was if Amos was bigger, it'd be better. It'd be more of a big deal, or just let him win. Just let him win the damn match, because Lashley doesn't need it. You know, Lashley can get back another time. So it wasn't I didn't like the match. I think both guys did well.
With a big guy is you don't let him lose. You either don't let him lose,
right,
or you don't let him off their feet. That's a kind of big thing, is that, you know, if you're over 7 feet tall, it's like you don't want to see him get knocked off his feet, right? You want him, because that's kind of becomes the focus of a big guy. Is like, this man has been in 16 matches and hasn't been knocked off his feet yet, because nobody can do it, because he's a freaking.
And they literally, I guess they built this up. I guess they built it all up for him to be that guy. You come to WrestleMania and lose. It's not credible that Lashley would beat him. Lashley could beat probably anyone.
Raw. I was like, well, then why are they having a Mania match? He already got him off his on Raw.
So I guess Amos is done. I guess we don't have to look forward to him anymore. I guess they don't like him, because I don't whatever. I mean, it is what it was. Good for Lashley. But they waste their time building this guy if he's gonna lose. Like what he should whatever. I mean, maybe they're like, I don't know what's going on behind the scenes. We already talked about Sami Zayn and Johnny Knoxville. I like how Knoxville took the Halloumi kick right away.
That was good.
And then they hit him with a damn cookie sheet. He got hit with a trash can, and I was just I'm happy.
Has been in a few cookie sheet matches in my day with
You're kidding me.
Cookie sheets, not tinfoil cookie sheets. Those suckers hurt. So, yeah.
That looked like it. I wouldn't want to take that.
History of backyard wrestling, no big deal. And I've taken a few
you're kidding me.
sheets to the brain. I've taken a few cookie sheets to the back, to the spinal column. You know, so those can suck.
But the guy. When the guys came in, I think Knoxville. Who else was there? It was Logan Paul. They took it seriously, though. They took it seriously, and they had.
Crew. It was Pontius and Wee Man and Jeff Tremaine, the director. It wasn't the whole crew. No Steve-O.
Yeah.
No Dave England, Aaron McKeehee. There's a few guys left out, but that's okay. They had enough guys to make a point. You know. So.
None of them were advertised. The match was organized. Zayn would get distracted. I like, it was well thought out. Zayn was beating the crap out of Knoxville. He goes outside. He starts punking his guys on the rail, and then Knoxville, sprays him with the fire extinguisher. That was all great, And the hand distract. It looked hella credible. Like, it looks like things those dumbasses would do, right?
Yeah.
It had and I was upset, because I want to see. Why is there no Sasha Banks and Rhea Ripley for like a title belt, or for a number one contendership, right? And I don't like how the tag teams are like, they need to put more on that. There was no Intercontinental and U.S. belt. I don't even know what the hell happened to those
Where's
things.
the
Right?
Intercontinental title? I think the Intercontinental title got defended on SmackDown on Friday. What, right?
Right.
I think wasn't SmackDown
And it used to mean
Friday
everything.
was from
Yeah.
18
Right.
Stadium? Wasn't it at the stadium? I don't remember.
Who's the Intercontinental champion? Who's the United States champion?
Oh, it's
It used
it's
right.
I knew it. I
So
know it.
if you're gonna think about it, that it just bothers me because I like tag team. I love the Intercontinental belt, but they just blow it. So
Yeah.
anyway, and so I was a little bit resentful of Knoxville being there because well, but he did a great job. It was entertaining. He had that nice tornado DDT. He did not embarrass himself. They put together a cool match. And for that kind of match, it wasn't boring because you see the same stuff all through the table, a lot of imagination, the mousetrap, the mousetrap at the end. What was that thing that the bowling ball between the legs? That was hilarious.
Yeah,
and he threw it hard.
He took it. Yeah.
That was not cool. And then what was that? The kick machine with the boot?
It didn't seem to be working fully, but Sami Zayn sold it well. He sold it really well.
Yes, and he sold the mousetrap. So Sami Zayn, good on you.
I've
and he was working with
a big El Generico fan for a long time. I loved all his work at ROH, so I'm down with whatever Sammy does. I'm all about it. I love it.
Babyface Sami Zayn.
Sami Zayn. And you can tell me they're going to be wrestling in the parking lot later. I'll be there. Whenever Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens wrestle, it's going to be match of the night.
Okay, babyface Sami Zayn did not like because he just annoyed me. But I like him. I like him as but you know how Seth Rollins is not a good guy. I think some guys are just better in that to me. Cause I like.
Yeah.
And I'm a bad guy, and I'll admit that. I would say like a Drew McIntyre. That's a good guy. That's a good guy who's not going to slice you with a damn sword. Okay, but
and to that point, Drew McIntyre as a heel is better. When he was the Scottish psychopath, he was great. I a lot better to watch as a heel.
I think we're kind of. Well, I think true. I just knocked off some dust. I think wrestling fans we're kind of. We tend to be like the guys who like wrestling for a long time. We can like kind of appreciate the heels nowadays because there's not as many like people who want to make you hate them.
That's why I liked Logan Paul yesterday. He was the Paul brothers. They're easy to hate, real easy to hate.
He was a good when Logan Paul when he did the frog splash after Mysterio did it. You prick.
He did the Eddie shimmy first before he did the.
He was a total prick, and I was like, "Damn, dude, pretty good, not bad."
I was thinking this brother's gonna get shot if he keeps doing this stuff,
Yeah, I'm like, no, I hate it, but I'm like, okay, you know what you're doing. Yeah. You know what you're doing. That was pretty. It was not cool at all.
Did you hear?
But it was good though.
They had Jake Paul on the pre-show, and Jake was talking such trash. Oh man, right. Jake Paul was disrespecting the shit out of Rey Mysterio. I mean, just he's small, he's weak. What's he ever done? He's an old man, and he can't do anything anymore. He's small, he's old. I mean, he sucks now. My brother's gonna rip him apart. I was like, damn. I mean, you put the Paul brothers in a match, like a hardcore match, where they're getting thrown around in the chairs and stuff. People will pay money to see that. Natural.
I'll ask you a question. I think so. That they proved themselves to me. Logan Paul looked like he got to show off his athleticism in this format better than I've ever seen it.
Oh yeah.
I was very impressed with that athleticism. I was very impressed with his timing. Who had a better match, Dominic Mysterio or Logan Paul? I put you on the spot.
No, I think Dominic pulled off some really great moves. Dominic's getting better and better. Dominic and Ray pulled off They did a couple of tribute sequences from Eddie's matches. I can't remember off the top of my head. I saw a clip of it. They did the side-by-side of Dominic doing a couple of Eddie's sequences in the ring. They did a couple of things. And I think Dominic's getting better and better. So Logan was great, but I would have to say Dominic did really well last night. I think
he has a future. So the last thing I'll say about that, did you hear the jokes about Dominic Mysterio was dressed like Cody Rhodes' neck tattoo?
Well,
okay.
That's kind of messed up because, Dominic was wearing Eddie Guerrero's outfit from, I think it's from Great American Bash, WCW. So, I mean,
but everyone hates Cody's tattoo.
But it was a trick.
I didn't say that. I just saw it on the internet. I'm just saying. Okay. I liked Cody's match with Seth Rollins. I think it was nice. Okay, so
that's my match.
So Sami Zayn gets caught in a mousetrap. It doesn't go off. Sami Zayn sells a mousetrap beautifully for minutes and minutes and minutes after we know it's not damn opening up. Good job, Sami. Good job, Jackass crew. I bet you they were all pissed that it didn't work properly. It looked like everything else went out of the hitch. That was the one thing. It's just a mechanical error.
Honestly, I think Knoxville saved the day. Knoxville got it working. He
got it work.
Saw him really quickly, like kind of unhook something, and then it.
He tried twice. The original mechanism didn't work. He pulled the string, then he went off and pulled something down there.
So he got it to work.
Yeah.
I think he saved it.
But I mean, it was fine. It was they didn't embarrass themselves.
I was still entertained by the match, so it was so.
I would know. It was I was entertained. It was like I said. I know these things happen too much, but you know what? That was the only real like no holds barred deal, and it was good. It made it special. It wasn't too much. You know what?
Kevin Owens was no holds barred too.
Do you know what I noticed too? On one of my shows, I watched Raw. And I was complaining, everyone need a damn hologram, right? And I noticed tonight, save for Becky Lynch, Roman Reigns. They need a freaking hologram. They deserve it. I noticed there was still pyro. You notice there was a lot less holograms.
Yeah, I don't. That's fine. I know they just love their holograms, but I'm like, it's not that.
Save it for the damn people with the belt. Or the Undertaker and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're a champion, you don't get a hologram unless you're a damn champion.
I think that's a good rule to have. I think that's what they should do.
Only or the yeah.
Yeah.
Unless you're like Triple H or Undertaker, those are like exceptions to every rule, but rare.
Champs are Hall of Famers. That's it.
Yeah, champs are exactly. Unwritten rule. That's the unwritten rule of wrestling. Right.
Yeah. Gary decrees. Gary decrees.
Gary decrees. Right. And it's just like, and it's not like I don't like. It's hella tight, but damn, it's like I'm already overwhelmed by like 12 hours of wrestling. Right.
Can I just take a moment to talk about Stone Cold Steve Austin? Just in case we run out of time, I just got to say how
you know what? Let's go. Go ahead.
Austin. Because.
Yeah.
After 19 years of not wrestling, and I was like, man, how are they going to turn this into a match? What are they going to do? And I honestly just had no idea. I'm like, how are they going to turn this into a match? And it didn't occur to me that he came out, and I'm like, oh, Owens is just going to challenge him to a match in the middle of the KO show. And I was just amazed. At first, Steve.
Yeah. I was disappointed. Like, what the hell is this? Yeah. I was the first. What the hell is it? Why are we doing this?
Yeah, 19 years. He got off to a little slow start, but I think it was around the time he threw Owens into the table. The old Stone Cold came back. He switched into this gear.
Right.
Look at him. He's moving like the old Stone Cold. And then he took the bump.
Yeah, he warmed up. The old bones warmed up.
It was great. I felt like I was a teenager again watching Oz War. I was like, this is Stone Cold. This is the Stone Cold I grew up with, man. I was just amazed. That match was so much better than I thought in my wildest dreams it was gonna be. A 20-minute no holds barred.
Yeah.
Guy who hadn't wrestled in 19 years.
That went 20 minutes. It didn't seem like 20 minutes because I think They warmed up, like you said. I want to add to what you said. There was some drama with the suplexes on the floor, okay, and they sold it,
Oh,
and they were on the rope, where Kevin Owens, he slingshotted Stone Cold off neck off the rope. So they knew what they were doing, and they sold the drama, and I think he did work. And then I got to say, the moment of the match where, you know what? First of all, before I say this, have you ever seen an ovation? Do you think anyone in the whole wide world would get that ovation in Texas? Like Troy Aikman, Emmett Smith, anybody? Would they get that ovation when the damn roof blew off of the Jerry's Spaceship Stadium?
Man, I don't know. I don't remember in recent memory. I don't recall anyone getting an ovation like that. You know,
It comes in like damn, yeah. It blew off. But I like that unpredictability about Stone Cold. I'm not putting down anyone else. It's just that he has in his character, where Kevin Owens trying to start the ATV. Owens gets behind. Stone Cold gets behind. Like I didn't see that. He's like right in front of him. He's like this. He's like this. He's like this. And he drives like a maniac. And it's like they might fall off. He's gonna drive. Like, you don't know what he's gonna do. He's gonna crash. You just don't know what he's gonna do. So
and that's the kind of thing
that
Stone Cold can do that to you. You know, who knows what he's gonna do? You know.
And I think I was like, how is he? Like, he has a neck injury. He's older. He did a fantastic job.
All that when
the
adrenaline kicked in, he just went right back into Stone Cold, and it was amazing to watch. You know, I was like, even if he didn't have that extra gear and it was just kind of he did the best he could and threw a couple of stunners, I would have been happy. But the fact that he was able to kick back into Stone Cold gear, I was like, this is awesome. This is awesome. Clap, 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 clap. You know.
One more thing he did, and I want to move on, but he started with the 10 kicks. 1, 2, 3, and then no. Then he did a mud hole. He knew what he was doing. He has this in the palm of his hand. He's a freaking genius. Stone Cold's amazing. I do want to talk about Knoxville gets Zayn in the mousetrap. We talked a little about the women's three-way dance. I want to give honor to that. Women's Tag Team Championships. Sasha Banks with Naomi. Why are they together? Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley. Why are they together? Queen Zelina, Carmella. Why are they together? But the Women's Tag Team Champions. That's great. I gotta say, Carmella came in with an attitude. She just came in. She had the most swag of all the entrances. They were all great entrances.
It's nice to see.
She had the most swag.
Yeah.
I like how she put on the mask. It was a really entertaining match. All the per person, similar to the men's match, tag team match, they're all people I would want to watch. It was a really good match. I would love to see Rhea Ripley in a one-on-one match and Sasha Banks fighting for something. I would love to see. I think those two need to be fighting for some kind of contendership, right?
Yeah. It's pretty clear that WWE just kind of they ran out of ideas, and they just there's a clear. It's clear when WWE hits this creative wall, like you watch them in real time hit a creative wall when you're like, here's 8 people that they should all be in singles matches, but we don't know what to do with it, so we're just throwing them all in this. Here's a battle royale.
Yep. And it felt like this. Oh, we need to. Yeah.
Well, we don't know. We just couldn't figure it out because we're stupid, and that's why this is.
It felt like it's like guys like me are gonna bitch if there's no women's match, so we'll just throw them all together in this tag match, and there you go. The best part of the match, after that beautiful finish, Corey Graves' face, and he goes, "How are we gonna pay for our honeymoon?" Corey Graves had a great expression. Sasha Banks and Naomi, I don't see the chemistry of any of them, right? Of any of them, but good on them. I love watching Sasha Banks. That was Sasha Banks' best frog splash I've seen in a while. She's really bad at it for a person who really, for everything else I love about her. One of my favorite, almost, not AJ Styles because she can't hit a damn frog splash. AJ can hit a damn 450 or a damn whatever, anytime.
AJ
But
can hit a damn anything from anywhere, you know.
and anywhere, unbelievable. Okay, but that's okay. I want to get to that match. So a nice finish. Let's get to and AJ and Edge. This was the one of the three main matches I was looking for was Becky and Bianca. This match, Edge and AJ, and of course Roman Reigns and Brock. This match was great. Why the hell was AJ Styles bleeding?
I don't know. He must have taken a bump. Somebody got a hit to the face at some point. I don't know.
Right when he's walking down. Do you see that? You notice that? When he was walking down the ring, did he scratch himself on the pyro? What was he doing?
I don't know. That was from his entrance?
I don't know what the hell happened. And the announcers picked up on it too.
You know, did he have he had his hooded jacket on, right? He had a hooded vest?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He might want
some kind of loose thing that cut him when.
Gotcha.
That's all I can think of. That some kind of loose stud cut him when he throws up, because he always kind of aggressively throws his hood off.
Right.
So
you probably solved the mystery. I think what you just right there is the most likely. That's the most likely occurrence of what happened.
I guess that's all I can think of.
I don't know what the hype was between this match, but all I know is I like Edge's new style. I don't know if that's his new song, but it looked like AJ Styles gave 0 Fs about it. He came out hard. He came out tough as hell. He was a pit bull. But I like how they exchanged the who was dominant, the pendulum switch, if you will. It made sense where AJ's doing the springboard 450, hits him in the knees. Now AJ's got messed up ribs. They were selling the story of the messed up ribs versus Edge's messed up knee. The whole match, it looked like pros. I loved it. Your thoughts?
The match was pretty good. The match was pretty solid, as it's going to be with two guys of their caliber. But like, I hated the finish where Damian Priest comes out. I'm like,
yeah, that was stupid.
And Damian Priest is
I like Damian Priest too. Why the hell is he not in WrestleMania?
Exactly. Why isn't he on the card?
What the? Yeah, you know what's funny? Yeah, he's of all the guys that I want to see Dave. He was with Bad Bunny last year. Is that right?
Yeah.
How do you go from that to nothing?
Again, like this, they just had nothing. They couldn't figure out anything to do. So they don't. I don't know.
It ended with the spear, the count. That led to the spear. A good match. Everyone was in it. Nice counters, all kinds of cool stuff. Two pros. Damian Priest just shows up. AJ Styles just looks at him a little bit.
And that one little second delay was enough for Edge to spear him out of the 450, which was a pretty cool spot, watching Edge spear him out of the 450.
Was the 450 phenomenal? He speared the crap out of him, and it was a good ending.
Oh, it was a phenomenal.
But the Damian Priest, like, what the hell? It was just it's just like one thing that kind of make you like lose, like get you out of the element where this is like a real match, because it felt like a real, those they kind of get you out of the element of they make you bring you back to reality, like, oh shit, this is something stupid.
Yeah.
Rich Holland versus Sheamus and New Day, that ended before it started.
That was supposed to go on last night. So
okay.
I guess they tried to fit him in tonight, and they gave those guys probably about 35 seconds to put on a match. Yeah.
That's the story. What I did like is New Day. They dressed in they dressed in Big E's when he won the title. That was cool. I don't know Rich Holland very well. I know, but I'm happy those guys got on.
He's injured a lot of wrestlers.
Oh, damn. That's the thing though. It's like
Big E,
and Pac
injured, so he's
and Big E. What if Big E would have wrestled Damian Priest? I mean, damn, but then you got Pac, McAfee, and Austin Theory. We talked about this a little bit. It didn't have to be. It didn't have to be. You know what? I would have taken.
No, it was good for what it was.
They did a good job. Yeah. No, I'm going to say everyone did a good job. Everyone, I was entertained, right? I'm not. I was interested. I haven't watched wrestling. I really enjoyed the show for what it was. Nothing wrong, but I think maybe Amos should have beat up both Austin Theory and McAfee. That would have been a good match. Kick their ass in like 4 minutes. That would have been great. That's all.
If I could backtrack to the New Day match just really quick. So you got a guy like Ridge Holland who's injured wrestlers who broke
Right.
Lee's neck. And then I'm
Yep.
thinking, okay, so if I'm a promoter, you've ruined your chance, Ridge Holland. Go sit. You're the third guy now. Go sit down because
And they get the damn win. And they get the damn win.
But you
The only reason why that match should happen is so New Day can get their damn revenge and put their ass to sleep.
My point I'm trying to make is that you have Sheamus and you have Pete Dunne sitting there. Pete Dunne, who is one of the best wrestlers you have. Pete Dunne. You know, what is he called now? He's called Butch. But I'm like, that's Pete Dunne. If you watched any NXT UK, Pete Dunne, the man. And I'm like, and here he is standing on the outside of the ring doing nothing. I'm like, you have one of the best wrestlers in the company doing nothing, and the guy who breaks people's necks and injures people legitimately is in the ring. And I'm like, this is ridiculous. That guy should be sitting outside being like the enforcer on the outside while Pete Dunne is in there having a great match. You know, that's the part that was like, I'm like, why is Pete Dunne just standing there doing nothing? You know, that's what did bother me.
That's the question Vince McMahon has to answer.
Yeah.
But okay, so let's fast forward this Austin Theory Pat McAfee match. They did well. Vince McMahon comes out, has a match. Stone Cold comes out and stunners them all. The end. That was great. Good seeing Stone Cold again.
I mean, Vince took the
terrible ass stunner.
The biggest botch stunner I've ever seen. And I mean, I'm saying that was worse than Linda McMahon.
It was bad. It was bad.
McMahon took the worst stunner of all time. But I gotta say, I think Vince took a worse stunner than Linda McMahon. Have you ever seen the Linda McMahon?
I've seen it. We are running short on time, but I want it. So we went from worst stunner of all time.
I'll send you the link to Linda McMahon's stunner. You're gonna go.
I definitely saw. So I wanted to ask you this question: was Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar the biggest wrestling match of all time?
No.
No, not at all.
I just wanted to.
It was a good match.
Time.
I love
Cody Rhodes match.
with
Seth Rollins was the best match of the whole weekend. That was phenomenal.
So Cody and Seth, because they told a story. How does Cody get a damn dramatic entrance every single time? So you're saying, okay.
He came back specifically to win the WWE Championship because no Rhodes, including Dusty Rhodes, has ever won the WWE Championship. And that's why Cody Rhodes came back, left AEW, come back to WWE. So,
I met him. He seems like a nice guy. But do you notice no Brandy?
She's back there though. She was in the. If you go to WWE on YouTube, she's got a few interviews on there already. So she's there.
But she's not seen with Cody. Your thoughts?
She is on the backstage stuff.
So, I mean, but in the match.
Yeah, she's not a wrestling personality, is what you're saying. She's not on WWE.
Yeah. I like Brandy. I'll take a shot at Brandy. I personally like seeing Brandy, to be honest with you. But I mean, the rumor she has. I enjoy Brandy.
Yeah.
But she's not everyone's cup of tea. She's not everyone's shot of Brandy.
Yeah, she's kind of a heel, and they're kind of doing Cody as a babyface. So.
Right.
Wouldn't really work.
I enjoy her. I like Brandy. I can see why Cody goes with it. She's
a natural heel, though. To be honest.
So match of the night. Brett the Baker Reeves. There's Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins.
Match of the weekend. Yeah.
Match of the weekend. Okay, and finally, 1 to 10. How would you rate the weekend of WrestleMania?
You know. Not every match was the greatest, but the matches that were great were really great. The Stone Cold match, Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes, and I enjoyed the Jackass match. So I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10.
7. What would be your letter grade? What is that? Is that a C plus?
I'll give it a solid C.
Solid C.
Solid C.
I'm gonna give it. I'm getting soft. I'm gonna give it a B minus because I was entertained. My expectations were low. I'm grading on the curve.
If it was one night, if it was just last night and that's it, I would have gave it the same grade. I would have gave it a B. But because they had,
Yeah,
which was like, it dropped it down to a C.
and like that, this has been Gary Lamm with Brett the Baker Reeves and Panda. The final verdict will be if any of us watch Raw. Good fight, good night. Keep it real. Keep it clean. We'll see you again on Gary Lamm Main Event Mania. Hey, good to see you, Brett.
Good to see you too, Gary.
Take care, man. God bless, brother. Thank you for coming on.
Yeah, you're welcome. Good to see you, man.